Super Mario is by far the biggest icon in gaming. I mean, consider all the things he's done. He's been in fighting games, soccer games, golf games, platforming games, party games, all sorts of things. He's been on consoles, handhelds, and these days even mobile games. But I remember a game before Super Mario 64, before Super Mario World, or before Super Mario Galaxy or Sunshine or any of those popular games in the Mario legacy that I still hold dear to today, and that game is Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. It's always had a special place in my heart, and I used to play a lot of it when I was a kid, so let's have a look.
So the basic plot of this game is Mario is in Sarasa Land, a 4-part continent ruled by Princess Daisy. In fact, this was her first appearance in the Mario timeline. Daisy's been captured by someone and Mario has to find her, rescue her, and get back to the Mushroom Kingdom. To this end, Mario's got his standard controls, which only include running, jumping, moving, and occasionally shooting fireballs with the Fire Flower power-up. This allows Mario to hit the usual blocks of coins, smashable bricks, and do some somewhat finicky but workable platforming. Mario can also go down green pipes, find secret blocks and pathways in the environment, plus gain power-ups by hitting blocks, such as the strangely themed invincibility star.
Wait a minute. Is that the fucking can-can?
Now, what do we need these abilities and power-ups for? The indigenous creatures and monsters of Sarasa Land. We have the usual Goombas, Bullet Biffs, Piranha Plants and Koopa Troopers, although these troopers are a bit more extreme than the usual lot. Then each world has their own unique and specific types. When we start off in Birabuto Kingdom, it's inhabited by Gal, which are fire-breathing sphinxes led by King Totemesu. Next in the Muda Kingdom, we face Yuyaran seahorses governed by Dragon Zamasu. In Eastern Kingdom, we fight Toko Toko, ruled by Hioihoi, which look like Maui headstones. And finally, in the Chai Kingdom, we fight, Chinese martial artists called Pionpi? And then on the final level of this world, you start shooting chickens out of the sky and aliens. And the world boss is a cloud called Boykinton, which also shoots chickens.
Well, I think I've had enough of this story for one day. No.
Now, even though this game is clearly very bizarre, what a lot of people take issue with is its somewhat liberal reinterpretation to the source mechanics and material of the Mario formula. A different princess, no toads, weird-looking versions of the Mario staple enemies, and some very odd new additions such as the aliens, head people, and, China. But honestly, for a simple Game Boy title, it's still a lot of fun. Plus, every level you play usually only takes a few minutes to complete. When you die by enemy attacks, falling off a platform or some such, the game is kind enough to put you back only a small way before your untimely demise instead of from the start of the level. This keeps the pace going nicely and doesn't make it feel like a slog to get through. As usual, Mario can only take one hit in his basic form and two when he uses either a mushroom or a fire flower. Both power-ups are usually fairly hidden around each level, so getting back up to speed when a hit doesn't take too long. Plus, on those rare occasions you do find a fire flower, it is pretty fun. And as far as the boss fights go, they're not too difficult or time-consuming. Two of them can be bested just by using the fireballs from the fire flower power-up, or if you get behind them you can do the old Bowser Bridge technique.
Whoa, did that guy just blow up? Jesus, that's pretty bleak when you think about it. Fuck.
And every time you defeat a boss, we find Daisy, which is really weird. I mean, Daisy's pretty much assumed to be Luigi's girlfriend, right? Yet it's Mario who goes and saves her? Anyways, the first time you save her, she turns into a fly. Yep. Then she turns into a squid, and then she turns into a spider. I don't quite get why though. Apparently the main baddie Tatanga, the alien, must have some sort of magic he can use to make her a monster? Or are they just decoys? I don't know. But over time the missions do get more challenging. Some of the enemies complement each other when you fight them, and some of them are also quite quirky. I mean, check out this guy.
Whoa, you're right there, mate. You been drinking some coffee?
Or you know, there are these terrifying things. But there are also some really neat vehicle moments. They're kinda like the R-Type games. You can move Mario around dodging projectiles and shoot back at the enemies with some sort of gun. Plus the names of the vehicles are awesome. You ready? The submarine is called Marine Pop, and the plane is Sky Pop. Isn't it cute? Plus, as a side note, I challenge any of you watching this to find me any 8-bit soundtracks that are as good as this game's. They're catchy, they're simple, and honestly, I hope in the future more people do remixes of these tunes. So yeah, at the last level we actually have to face 2 bosses at once, the aforementioned Cloud Boss and Tatanga. After the battle with Tatanga, he blows up but still manages to make it into Super Mario Land 2. Daisy thanks Mario, she gives him a big kiss, and they hop into a conveniently placed spaceship. They ride off to the Mushroom Kingdom, and all ends well.
So there we have Super Mario Land, a game I used to play quite a lot as a kid when I was at school in break time or when I would go to a boring family gathering. Honestly, this game I probably played through several times just because I didn't have many Game Boy games and this was one of my favourites. It's not by any means one of the best designed or most enjoyable Super Mario games at all, and a lot of people don't think of this game. A lot of people gloss over this game or even just say it was a really bad Mario game, but I think a lot of that is down to the time it's released, and I think, to be honest, it's quite often ignored or forgotten by the vast majority of people who played it. And although it's very much a stripped down version of Mario, I still think it does deserve a bit of praise. I mean, it is pretty much a limitation game. It's one of those games that had very little it could do to improve because of the technology it was on. And I think the Mario community does need to give this game a bit more affection because I think it's alright for what it is. So there we have my take on Super Mario Land. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but either way, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. There we go, another video done. Yo, Snake Dude, do you want a bit of coffee?
Yo, Daddy-o, hit me up with some of those sweet beans, know what I'm saying? Yeah.